Away. Racing and in one, bro, very sharply. Holly Rose was a little slow to go. Coming across from the outside, lucky me. Down the inside, Empress Isabella. Holly Rose is next, and the last one is Stormcat Glory. They head towards the furlong marker, and the leader is in one. On the outside, there goes Lucky Me. These two really separate themselves. Lucky Me really begins to apply the pressure now to N1 as they head up the hill after opening quarter of 24 and 4. It is N1, just the leader. From on the outside, there's Lucky Me. Holly Rose is third as they head towards the 2 furlong marker. And on the inside, it is N1, still the leader on the outside. Lucky Me will not go away. Stormcat Glory is running a big race. Holly Rose, the favorite, is the beaten horse. Same press Isabella has to find 7 of them for long to find them. And there are no more turns. And on the inside is N1. On the outside, here's Lucky Me. N1 is resilient. On the outside, Lucky Me is trying. N1, tenacious. Lucky Me, one desperate search. Not going to get there. N1 wins it by a length and a half from Lucky Me. Stormcat Glory was next. Impress Isabella and a disappointing run from Holly Rose. They stopped the clock at 1:08 and 2. In a moment, we'll be back with the recap for you.
How you like this name? The last one to be loaded on this, the second race. Goes in. Lights flashing. They're off on a run into the second race on the afternoon cars. The Bajan Blue Restaurant Trophy. A lottery race over 1,570 meters. The out of the shooting on to the main course towards the outside of the track. I can see that. How you like this name? Ricky Walker is going to pick it up with Poetic License. Down along the rail comes Gazing in between horses with the yellow face Mass. That one is Summer Again on the outside. Donico did it with Patrick Husbands. The back marker, 7 lengths at the back of the field, is Mousetrap. Into the top turn, the quarter has been completed in 25 and 1/5, and it is Poetic License who lead by a length, and second position on the outside, Anderson Trotman with How You Like This Name. Then there's Gazing tracking along the inside on the outside of Gazing for Company. That one is Summer Again, another 3 lengths back to Donico Did It, who's struggling at the moment. Mousetrap makes some headway on the inside as they make their way down towards the 4 furlong pole. The leader continues to be Poetic License, a winner last effort, having completed the half in 49 and 3/5 over the top of the hill towards the 3 furlong pole. Slight right-handed incline. It is Poetic License leads by 3.5 on the outside. How You Like This Name is under some pressure, creeping up on the inside. That one is Gazing. Here comes Summer Again with a run from down the rear. Donico Did It is the back marker. In front of Donico Did It is Mousetrap. Back towards the quarter pole, and it remains Poetic License, who's done the 6 furlongs in 1:14 and 2/5. And they come back towards the corner. It's all Poetic License on the outside. Summer Again coming relentlessly on the outside. Gazing is running at one pace. They turn for him. A furlong and a half to go, and it is Poetic License on the outside. Here comes Summer Again. This is a wonderful horse race. It is Poetic License and Summer Again. Poetic License and Summer Again. Summer Again running about the track, but it's Poetic License. Seems to have done just about enough, and is going to go on to win it by a half of a length. Wins it now for Ricky Walcott. Summer Again runs a nice race to be second. Then there is Gazing fourth. Becomes Donico Did It. Then the last two will be Mousetrap, and a disappointing performance by one of the favorites. How You Like This Name? They stop the clock in 1:39 and 2/5. In a moment, I'll have a recap for you.
In goes Jake Sam. They're under starters orders. Racing, absolutely good beginning for all. And the one who's going to make the early running is Striker War. So it's Striker War, who's the leader from Cinnamon Jane. Down the inside is Captain Sully. Towards the outside, Local Speed. There's a break of 4 lengths to Jake Sam, then Island Memories. An Indian officer can see the field as they turn in the stretch the first time. So just under a mile to go, and it is Striker War in the inside, then the white with purple cap on the outside, and the blue with yellow cap is Cinnamon Jane. There's a break of length and a half to Captain Sully, white with black cap. Towards the outside is Local Speed, black with white cap. If you're looking for Jake Sam, that's the gray, just about a length and a half adrift. Then on the inside is Island Memories, and Indian Officer still sees the field after a quarter 27 and 1.5 of 51 and 4. Pretty pedestrian as they saunter down the back stretch. Striker War, just the leader. From on the outside, Cinnamon Jane. On the outside, Local Speed is next. 3 wide, there goes Jake Sam with Dalrymple. Towards the inside, Captain Sully's under the pump. So too is Island Memories. Indian Officer has found his best stride as they head back towards the departure point. Just over 3 furlongs to go now, and Cinnamon Jane has kicked away now, in front by a length and a half now. 2 on the outside, Local Speed. Jake Sam runs next in third. Indian Officer swooping by on the outside, fourth. Striker Wars had enough, so to his Island Memories, and Captain Sully is the last one inside the quarter pole. They come 6 and 1, 17 and 3. And there are no more turns now for Cinnamon Jane. She is opening up by 6 lengths under right-hand drive on the inside. Local Speed staying on in second. Indian Officers runners petered out. They're in deep stretch, and it's Cinnamon Jane powering clear. We can pause for a moment of silence because Cinnamon Jane has left this field for dead. Very close for second. May have just gone to Indian Officer. Local Speed was also there. Indian Officer, Jake Sam. Then came, sorry, that's Ida Mary. Then Captain Sully was there. And the last one home was Striker War. And they stopped the clock in 1:56 and 2. So Groovy, Joshua. Last to be loaded, they're under starters orders, and they're racing. Shared Adventure broke on top. Opens up by a length and a half from Vitality. Then Wildcat T is the third one. Then on the outside is Joshua. Towards the inside is I'm So Groovy. There's a break of a length and a half to AP Vincier, an Intrepid Dancer. Sees the field with a half mile to go. And it's Shared Adventure in front by 2 from Vitality. Wildcat T is on the outside third. There's a break of 2 to on the inside. I'm So Groovy and Joshua racing as a pair. Intrepid Dancer just crossed by AP Vincier, who drops away the trail. A quarter and 24 and 3. And Shared Adventure showing them the way. In front by 2.5. Opening up to 3. Wildcat T is in hot pursuit. Down the inside is Vitality. Joshua's found the best stride. I'm So Groovy has had enough. They're inside the quarter pole. And Shared Adventure is in front by 2.5. On the left-hand drive, was there no more turns in the spa, and it's Shared Adventure in front, opening up by 2.5. Wildcat T is closing. On the outside here is AP Vince with a grand run, but Shared Adventure is going to storm home, romping home, wins it now by about 4 from Wildcat T. On the outside was AP Vince, down the inside was Joshua, then came Vitality. I'm So Groovy. The last one home was Intrepid Dancer, and they stopped the clock in 106 and 4. In a moment, we'll be back with a recap.
Time, they're all in. Lights flashing. They're off and running a smooth start to the afternoons. A fifth race from the inside. Michael Jackson shows prominent. Towards the outside, I can see that one is Mirror's Image, who's going to come up. What's Up Dude, actually, who comes towards the middle. On the outside is Super Heights. That's the top 3. Then we have Mirror's Image. The one on the outside is Dream Love. The back marker stage is Fairy Valley as they make under the line for the first time. It is Michael Jackson who's taking them into the top turn. On the outside, that one is Super Heights. Next to that one comes What's Up Dude with Tristan Davies having his first ride in Barbados. On the inside, that one is Kingston Kitty. Then we have Bugatti Racing in Company 1 lap. On the outside, that one is What's Up Dude, followed by Mirror's Image, followed by Prince of Thunder. The back marker at this stage is Dream Lover, and actually one behind Dream Lover is Fairy Valley, and at the moment he's simply running backwards. They go down towards the half mile stage, and the half has come up in 51 flat. And the leader continues to be Michael Jackson, who's doing it nicely in front, length and a half. One ranging up on the outside to go into second position. That one is Bugatti again on the inside in third. That one is St. Nicholas. Then comes Kingston Kitty being asked to get a little closer. Super Heights has called it good afternoon. You can discard the others at the moment. They're over the top of the hill, heading towards the quarter pole. And the leader continues to be none other than Michael Jackson, who's done it oh so easy so far. Bugatti's under tremendous pressure. One circle on the outside to have a chance is Kingston Kitty. St. Nicholas going on at one pace, 6 furlongs and 1:16. They come towards the corner and they turn for home. With a furlong and a half to go, it's all Michael Jackson. This could be a thriller. On the outside, here comes Kingston Kitty against the real Bugatti, trying desperately, but Michael Jackson is wandering all over the place, doing the moon dance on the outside. Kingston Kitty swoops on by and wins it by half of a length. On the inside for second, that one is Bugatti, followed by Michael Jackson, short and badly. Fourth, that one is St. Nicholas. The last horse past us will be none other than Dream Lover, which means that Fairy Valley was pulled up down the back stretch. The final time, 1:42 flat. In a moment, I'll have a recap for you. Lights flashing, the red flag is raised. They're off and running, and it's a very pretty nice start for all. And a little slowly into stride is Spidey. Towards the outside is Admiral Quill. On the inside of Admiral Quill, I can see Danny Boy. And the leader is going to be none other than Tachyon on the Rico Walker, who already has this colt under a tight restraint. Under the line for the first time, and they make their way towards the paddock bend. It is Tachyon. In between horses is Danny Boy. One on the outside is Admiral Quill. Another 3 lengths back to Treasure, who has 3 beaten. And those will be Benghazi. Spidey's on the ride. And on the outside, Checkpoint Charlie. And the quarter is definitely wrong on the board. As they go down towards the 4 furlong pole down on the inside, it is Tachyon who leads by a length. On the outside, taking closer orders, Admiral Quill against the rail. That one is Danny Boy. Treasure is taking closer order, just about 4 lengths separate the leading bunch. Then another 3 lengths back to Benghazi running on the spot. Checkpoint Charlie's being asked to get closer. And checking out of the race is Spidey. The half comes up in 50 and 3/5. They turn right-handed and make the slight incline through the hill. It is all Tachyon, clear by 3. Danny Boy's under real pressure to get a little closer. Admiral Quill has called it a good afternoon as well. Here comes Benghazi with a run from down the way with Jalon Samuel. Treasure is waiting for room on the inside, and you can totally discard Checkpoint Charlie. He will not check in today. They come back towards the 2 furlong pole. 6 furlongs in 1:18 and 4/5. They come towards the corner, and it is all Tachyon race to win or to lose. Clear by 3.5 lengths on the outside. Danny Boy is still trying desperately. Jalon Samuels driving Benghazi for all he's worth. Tachyon wandering across the course, 75 meters from the wires. Tachyon, Benghazi not closing enough. It is all Tachyon. Rico Walker puts his gear away and poses for the camera. Tachyon by 4. In second position, back on the inside is Danny Boy. Then there is Benghazi, who beats Admiral Krill, who pulls absolutely hard. And Checkpoint Charlie checks in front of Spidey. The final time, 141 flat. In a moment, I have a recap for you. Noble Intent with Tom Creeley. Dean Springer for the call of the Tanglewood.
Thank you, Lyndon Yard. And Noble Intent goes in, and they're racing High Tide, bro, very sharply. Also up early is Vanity Affair. And Vanity Affair is the one who'll take them up towards the 3 furlong marker. 9.69 to the outside of that one. Then there is Noble Intent. There's a break of about 6 to High Tide. Then we find Voldemort and Janats go together. In the pink is the back marker. Just ahead of Into the Pink is Zoom. They've got just about a mile to go, the opening quarter, in 25 flat. Pretty brisk speed at this bunch as Noble Intent brings them in the stretch the first time. Tom Queally trying to temper his early aggression. Sitting right behind him is 9.69. Vanity of Veers dropped back to be third. On the outside, Pat Hasbus has Janats go out in the clear. To saving ground on the inside is High Tide. Zoom is going to be caught just a bit wide. On the inside of Zoom is Voldemort, and in the pink is the trailer. A tightly bunched group after a half and 50 and 2. They head off towards the 5 furlong marker. And it's Noble Intent in front by a length and a half from 9.69. Then there's a length break before we get to Vanity Affair. A drift of Vanity Affair comes High Tide. Going up on the inside is In the Pink. Zoom is going to be 3 wide. Then there's Janat's Goal and Voldemort. The Derby winner is the back marker. They will pass the starting point. 6 in 1:16 and 3. They head up the hill towards Brigade House. It is now 9.69 who comes through and picks it up from Vanity Affair. On the outside, there is High Tide. Noble Intent has fallen away meekly. Zoom running a big race this next as they come back towards the 2 furlong marker. It is now Vanity Affair who sticks his head in front. On the inside, there is 9.69. High Tide is next. The Derby winner, Voldemort, has 6 lengths to make up in less than a quarter mile to do it. Zoom is the next one through. In the Pink will have to sprout wings from here. And there are no more turns in the Tanglewood. And it's Vanity Affair in the middle of the course. Right on the outside, here's Voldemort with a grand run. Here's High Tide. Zoom trying between horses. On the outside, here's Voldemort. On the inside, Zoom. Vanity Affair between horses. It is Voldemort and Zoom. Voldemort and Zoom at the word inseparable. Very close between Zoom and Voldemort. Then came Vanity Affair, 9.69, and the last one home was Noble Intent, and they stopped the clock in 2:13 flat. In a moment, we'll be back with the unofficial results. So Qatar's the last to load, and she goes. Racing, and Belly Dancer was a little slow to go, so too was Kai. But coming across from the outside, Qatar is the one who's going to take them down the back stretch. Also showing lots of speed coming across is Danny Crane. On the inside, being hard ridden. It looks to be Apparition who's there as well. Then there's Savoy. Cabin Boy races next. Then You Can't Mean Me. Alina is the next one through, Dancing with the Stars. Then we get to Kai, Wilcox Pride. Behind Wilcox Pride is Belly Dancing. The trailer is Zaltar. The opening quarter, 23 and 4. They've got just over a quarter mile left to travel. And it's Qatar just in front from Danny Crane. On the outside here is Savoy. He's going to have to go 3 wide. Down the inside is Apparition. Alina is looking for a way through. Down the inside, You Can't Meet Me. That's a lovely opening on the rails, and they're homeward bound. And it's Qatar under right-hand drive. On the outside here is Savoy with a grand run. Down the inside, Apparition. Also, You Can't Meet Me, but Qatar is going to be driven out. Going to get home. Scampers home now. Wins it by just about 3 parts of a length from Apparition. Then came Savoy. Danny Crane was next, and the last one home was Zaltar. In a moment, we'll be back with the unofficial results. Daunting David, a massive crowd on there. The starter raises the flag, and they're racing absolutely level beginning. Sirius Black popped away smartly. Also up early is Sailors Creek. Just a fashion drifting across. Daunting David is up early as well this afternoon as they come with a mile to go. They're going at a pretty good clip. And it is Sirius Black who's going to cut the running. It's just going past him now on the inside. It is Sailors Creek. So Sailors Creek and Sirius Black. These two dispute the lead. Up on the outside is Just a Fashion. Down the inside is Daunting David. Towards the outside, Gentleman's Kidding. On the inside of Gentleman's Kidding is Indiano Jones. Towards the outside, the one in the black and red with the black cap is Marcus Antonio. Splitting horses is the Derby winner Knight Rider. Giovidi is towards the rear of the field, and the back marker already under the pump is Aristodemus. The opening quarter, 27 flat. Not going too quick. A sensible pace being set by Rico Walker and Sailors Creek. On the outside is Sirius Black. Towards the inside, Daunting David. Indiana Jones is next. Just a Fashion to the outside. Caught a little bit wide at this point is Gentleman's Kidding. Knight Rider going up. Down the inside, Giovia being niggled along. Marcus Antonius being asked for more run. And the back marker still remains Aristodemus, the half. 54 and 2. They head back towards the departure point. And there's a perceptible improvement in the pulse as Sailors Creek brings them up towards the 3 furlong marker. Being pressed all the way by Sirius Black. Down the inside, Daunting David is running a big race. Then we get Just a Fashion, Gentleman's Kidding. Knight Rider looking for with a quarter mile to go, and it is still in front. Sailors Creek on the inside. Daunting David is running a massive race. Here's Sirius Black. Knight Rider appears as well. Just a Fashion white on the outside. Gentleman's Kidding inside the final furlong they come, and it's Sailors Creek and Knight Rider running at him. Sailors Creek and Knight Rider. Sailors Creek and Knight Rider. Sailors Creek and Knight Rider. They're running on the real estate at the wire. Sailors Creek by a life. Very close between Knight Rider and Daunting David. Gentleman's Kidding a beaten favorite. Sirius Black. Just a Fashion. Aristodemus. Indiana Jones, and the last one home was Giovidi. They stopped the clock at 1:53 and 2. And Rico Walker celebrates his first Gold Cup win, and does it for Ken and Sarah Ramsey on Sailors Creek, Linden Yard. They're coming to you.
Trophy Handicap, Division A, the penultimate race on a beautiful day. They're off and running. In the afternoon's penultimate race towards the outside, I can see that one is Conway wants to lead. In between horses is Tiger Moth. On the inside of Tiger Moth, you get Gabriella Marie. Against the rail comes Done With That. Then there's one Zooks Girl is going to tuck towards the inside. In between horses is Chachapoya under the line for the first time. And it is Tiger Moth who takes them around the top turn on the Rashawn Lachman, clear by a length and a half. In second position on the outside is Gabriella Marie. Third against the rail comes Done With That. Then there's Chachapoya stalks nicely on the inside. Conway races in fifth. Against the rail comes Zooks Girl. Then there is that one moving up on the outside is Easter Monday, followed by Jasmine, who has 2 beaten. And those will be Majestical and Verdun. Can see them all. 25 flat for the quarter. The procession continues down the back stretch. And beautiful sunshine here at the Savannah. It is Tiger Moth who leads by a length and a half. On the outside races in second position is Gabriella Marie. One ranging up to take closer orders. Chachapoya relegated on the spot. That one is Done With That. Then we have another 2 lengths down to Conway not going on. Being produced on the outside now is Easter Monday. Zooks Girl is running on the spot in between horses. That one is Jasmine making heavy well of it. And Majestical trying to get into it. The half comes up in 49 and 3/5 as they come back towards the 2 furlong pole. And the leader continues to be on the inside. There's now Chachapoy sweeps through and picks it up. Has company on the outside. One that is showing prominent is done with that. Coming on the outside, Easter Monday. They come towards the corner, turn for him. 6 furlongs at 1:14. And 2 We're in for a fantastic horse race out in the middle of the course. It is done with that. Who swoops through and picks up further out on the outside. Easter Monday in between horses. Conway trying desperately against the rail. Here comes Majestical, but it is Conway who comes through and picks it up. Conway is going to go on to win it and will cross the line now by a neck from in second position, Majestical. Third, that one is none other than done with that. Easter Monday finishes fourth, followed by Jasmine, Gabriella Marie, Chachapoya, Verdon, Zeus Girl beats the first one past the post would have been Tiger Moth, and a long, long way back. Papa John, they start the clock in a 1:38 and 4/5. Across the track, with just about one horse to going. Lights flashing, they're off and running for the afternoon's final event. A little slowest to stride. That one is Kamazita, but Super Lady's first to show. Out in the middle of the course, that one in the brown is a Victor Ludurum. It's extremely dark, that brown color. Up on the outside comes Flying South, then there's Wild Orchid in fourth. Against the rail comes Kamazita on the outside. Is Stepping Razor. The back marker is none other than Something Happening. In front of Something Happening is War and Gun Sight. They go around the top turn. The quarter have been completed in 25 flat. And the leader remains Victor Ludurum, who leads by a length and a half. In second position comes Super Lady. Jalon Samuels takes closer order with Flying South. Then another 4 lengths back to Wild Orchid. Behind Wild Orchid comes Kamazita against the rail on the outside. The Stepping Razor. Warren Gunsight beginning to make up some ground, and Something Happening. Nothing is happening at the moment. They raced past towards the 4 furlong pole. The half has come up in 50 flat. In the dark at the Garrison Savannah, the leader on the inside remains Super Lady on the outside, taking close orders, Flying South to press the issue. Quickly regressing is none other than Victor Ludurum. Wild Orchid is getting into it. Stepping Razor being asked to color some horses as they race towards the 3 furlong pole. And the leader continues to be on the inside, none other than that one on the inside of the lead remains Super Lady with the lead. Flying South trying desperately. Wild Orchid going on at one pace. Stepping Razors had enough. 6 furlongs in 1:13 and 4/5. They come towards the corner and the turn for him in the dark. And on the inside is Super Lady, on the outside Flying South. Super Lady, Flying South. Wild Orchid closing with every single stride. It is Super Lady and Flying South. Super Lady, Flying South, and Wild Orchid. Super Lady and Flying South. Super Lady and Flying South on the outside. Flying South goes up and snicks his head in front. On the inside is Super Lady for second. Then there is Wild Orchid, followed by Warren Gunsight, Victor Ludurum. Kamazita beats 2 home, and those would be none other than Stepping Razor. And broke last, stayed last, finished last. Something Happening in a time of 1:37 and 3/5. In a moment, we'll put a wrap on the proceedings.